I think we talk about Focus Friday, but I think there's also an element where it's also Family Friday.
My name's Dwayne Carlisle. I'm Amir's dad, and the Director of Sports Performance at Purdue Football. I oversee training for all 18 athletic teams, and it's pretty amazing and shocking, to say the least, that we're going to be playing against my son's team tomorrow evening.
It was really cool. First time for me, competing against my dad in any sport. So, that was different, but, it was really nice for him to come to the hotel and see me. So, it was a really nice time.
Amir and I, we've got a very, very close relationship. The thing that we've always been challenged with is I'm a coach. So there's that coach-son dynamic, and then there's a father-son dynamic. And it's an awesome opportunity to be able to share this moment with him from a dad perspective. At the end of the day, we'd obviously love for us to win the game and for him to play well.
My dad had a previous relationship with Tommy's father, both of them being in the NFL.
Yeah, I met Amir's dad the first time Friday night. Him and my dad have had a relationship. My dad's gone into Purdue to recruit and has, talked to Mr. Carlisle and, talked to him for a couple of minutes. He seems like a, really nice guy, really bright, kind of in a tough position with his son and, and then the school he works for. But, it's really positive and just seemed like, a really loving father and someone that I can definitely see why Amir is the way he is. Family is a very important thing for me, and I come from a very close family, so having time to spend with my family is always important. You build relationships with families that you've had the experience of getting to know through your time here. And for me, I see the Martins, I see the Watts, I meet new families, I see people that I haven't seen all year. It's a good time to kind of just take a second and enjoy time with your family before you really have to get going.
I don't get an opportunity to see my son throughout the year. As you know, college football is very, very demanding, and to be able to come down here and carve some time out and see my son and spend a few moments with him is an awesome experience.
There has to be that element where that your family's there watching you play, because you need that satisfaction if your family's in town, that you get a chance to connect with them. And I want them to have that feeling within the football family because it pays dividends later.
Good evening from Ross-Ade Stadium, Purdue University, home of the Boilermakers. An absolutely beautiful night in central Indiana.
My dad, he's one of the best in the country at what he does. He's been at every level, goes around the country speaking at different conferences, and he's great at what he does. And, I learn a lot from him.
I know he's an opponent and a foe at the time, but he's just one of my guys. He's one of my guys, and he's one of the parents of one of my players. So, and that's how I'm going to address him, whether he's wearing a different hat or whatever. He's a parent of one of our players.
When the game starts, I'm gonna be focused on Purdue football and us doing the things that we need to do to win the game. And somehow, some way, I've got to keep emotions in check. Amir carries the ball and be that stoic fan when that moment hits.
Amir Carlisle is the running back for Notre Dame behind Tommy Reese. Notre Dame goes to the run and Purdue stonewalls it. Here's the snap, another game, and they go to the run again and again, no gain. Purdue did some good things to try to load up the box and take away some of what we were trying to do, in terms of running the ball, but Amir fought his butt off for us. Purdue does indeed pack the box. They bring up 6 to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, handoff. Notre Dame runs, and it looks like a first down as Amir Carlisle, all 185 pounds of him, dives ahead and gets the first down.
I thought he He gave us all he had. He played hard, he played physical. There was some tough running in there, but he made some great blocks. He caught the ball effectively, and really proud of his effort that he gave us.
So now, in the fourth quarter, Notre Dame 31, Purdue 24. Tommy Rees comes over, he sees the Purdue defense. This is his strength, reading defenses, the son of a coach. Been watching film his whole life. Here's a handoff, and running with the ball is Amir Carlisle. Ball on the field, and Purdue has it.
On the bench, I felt real disappointed. Kind of felt like I let my team down. You know, I gave the ball back to the opposing team in a position where they could have scored. Real disappointed in myself. Coach Alford talked to me.
I got in his ear and I said, let me tell you something. I said, if this is the worst thing that happens in your life, and I smiled at him, I said, God, you led a pretty good life, man. I said, listen, that stuff can cost you games. I was like, but we'll get over it. Tommy pretty much pushed me out of the way. So I remember Tommy, yeah, I definitely remember him because I was talking to Amir, but Tommy came and said, Coach, I got him.
Yeah, no, Coach was talking to him, and, you know, I needed to get on the phone and stuff, so I wanted to talk to Amir before, you know, I moved on, and I just, you know, put my arms around his head and told him, you know, he's done so much up to this point to help this team win games, and he's, you know, such a key, you know, contributor to our success, and that he can't dwell on one mistake. You know, we've all been there, we've all had him, and, you know, I told him we're going to need him to help us win this game and win many more, and it's, you know, one play, and there's nothing we can do about it now. We just got to move forward.
Yeah, in that moment, you know, it really meant a lot to me for him to, you know, go out of his way to come talk to me. You know, he really, you know, drew on his past experiences, you know, when he made mistakes in the past, and you know, he felt how I felt. So, you know, it meant a lot to me, you know, that he would come over and talk to me and share that with me and you know, lift me up.
You know, I've been where he's been. I know what it's like to, you know, get down about a certain play, but you got to bounce right back up. And Amir's a kid who is developing his role on this team and is, you know, learning his way through things. And I think, you know, for him to, you know, really feel like, hey, it's a mistake, but I'm going to move forward.
Go to work, baby. Go to work.
More than anything else, what is captured here is players within the program that are respected and that do the things on a day-to-day basis will always be supported by their teammates, no matter what the circumstances are.
Coach, speaking of Tommy, he moved in fourth, I believe, in a career touchdown rate. A guy that hasn't been really accepted by the media or by fans.
I really don't care what you guys think, okay, about Tommy Rees. So, really, this is about our football team and Tommy Rees. You guys can have your own opinions about it.
Well, I wanted to ask what his legacy to you would be.
That's for you guys to write. He's one of our players. The guys love him. You know, he's a college student. He goes to class. You know what I mean? He's got pimples. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a college kid. You guys are you guys are 35,000 feet. He's a college kid. And I'm really proud of the way he settled down in the second half and helped our football team win. That's really where I fit when it comes to thinking about Tommy. I can't think about legacies and, you know, all those other things. I'm sorry. We're quick to dismiss our own frailties and our own mistakes in the context of a history chapter. We live in the moment. We live as coaches around 18 to 21-year-olds. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. And to be defined about, you know, a legacy, they're missing the boat. These are college kids that go to class, that are looking to get a degree and play college football. And I think it dehumanizes who they are and what we do when you talk in those terms. And the one guy I want to point out that I think more than anything else stepped up to the challenge in the second half was Tommy Rees.
Getting the game ball and, you know, kind of battling back, it shows everyone, you know, how much if you just keep your head down, keep doing what you're supposed to do, you know, good things can happen. And, you know, the game ball doesn't mean as much to me as it does when, you know, guys come up to me and say, hey, thanks for picking me up at this point, or hey, you know, you did a great job leading us. You know, hearing it from my teammates and hearing it from the guys that, you know, I share, you know, all my moments with, really means the most.
So after the game, I got an opportunity to see my mom, my dad, my little brother, my uncle, and my aunt, and it was a good moment for me because I haven't, been able to really spend much time with my family in the last, few months. So, that in itself was really good just to see them, and both my mom and my dad just gave me, words of encouragement. They said this happens, adversity happens. It was kind of a common message throughout the night. Mistakes do happen. Dust this off your shoulders. You move on from it, learn from it, then move on from it.
Yeah, well, I think that says a lot about Dwayne, first of all, and understanding he's got a professional role with Purdue. The game is over, and it's time to be a dad.
It just really goes to show how powerful love is, and that just meant a lot to me, and it really just showed it to me, and how much I love my father and love my family.